EMS providers are owed millions of dollars across the state, according to the Michigan Association of Ambulance Services. Companies say they haven't been paid after transporting inmates from Michigan prisons. Now, two state lawmakers want that money to get to the companies. The Michigan Department of Corrections tells me the estimate is $35 million. There are at least 15 EMS providers statewide who say they haven't been paid after providing services to prison facilities, a problem those two lawmakers say needs to be addressed.
A lot of these ambulance services, they operate on a shoestring budget, and for the services that fall within the Department of Corrections areas as their EMS control area, they have to respond.
Michigan State Representative David Preston knows all too well how much EMS service providers are struggling right now. He volunteers for an ambulance service in his community.
When you're serving a contractor like a correction facility, and the duty and the obligation to perform is there, if you don't get reimbursement on those calls, that's a huge hit, because you still have to pay the paramedic, you still have to pay the EMT, you still have to keep the rig up to specs. So that all involves costs that can spiral out of control quickly for these agencies.
The MDOC says the state had a contract with Grand Prairie and WellPath. WellPath subcontracted the services to transport from prisons to hospitals. According to the state, they made good on their end of the deal, and it's the contractor WellPath that has failed to pay up.
If nobody's agreeing to take responsibility here, it's the state's responsibility to come in and at the very least make these EMS agencies whole.
Preston and State Representative Jamie Green have asked the legislature to reimburse the EMS agencies that are owed money. He also believes this would not have been as big of an issue if there were enough staff inside the prisons.
I don't think that the two entities, WellPath and Grand Prairie, would have gotten to this situation if we were able to provide the kind of care in the correctional facilities that we should. And I think a lot of this is just an exacerbation and a symptom of the larger issue, which is the understaffing and the crisis really that's going on in our correctional facilities.
The MDOC tells me they have filed a formal complaint against Grand Prairie and WellPath, and the agency is seeking damages.